All right, morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Survive to Thrive. We are going to focus on for sell by owner appointments today. Mostly, we're going to spend time right here in the middle. But before we do that, the purpose of the call is to come on,
Get
somebody.
the appointment.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Joanne. The purpose of the call is to get the appointment. I was having a coaching call with someone last week, and they were talking about struggling with lead conversion, converting conversations to appointments. And I said, so tell me what you're doing. And what they were doing was they were trying to get listing appointments, calling expired listings. And I get it. 100% I understand that. And the strategy that I've been teaching for the last 10 years, and the same strategy that I used for 15 years to take an average of 10 seller listings every month, was simply get the appointment. Don't judge away opportunity by only going on listing appointments. If you're taking notes, that's something you should write down. Don't judge away opportunity by only going on listing appointments. Don't forget, these sellers, these homeowners, are getting calls from lots of real estate agents, and everybody else is trying to get a list appointment. So be different. How can you be different? Hey, Karen, John Dietz, local real estate expert. I noticed you're selling your home by owner, and I was curious, if I had an offer on your home, would you want me to bring you the offer? Now listen to the words, guys. I'm curious. I'm kind of wondering here. If I had an offer on your home, would you want me to bring you the offer? So, what are you going to hear? Do you have an offer? That's a great question, and I won't know until I see your home. That's exactly why we need to get together. It'll only take me 20 minutes to pop by, listen to the words, to pop by, take a look at your home, ask some questions, take some notes so I could potentially bring you that offer. Just look at the pictures. That's exactly why I called you. I did. I looked at the pictures. They're absolutely beautiful. And just wondering, kind of curious again here, have you ever bought a home without seeing it in person first? Of course you haven't. Neither have the buyers that I'm working with, and neither have I. That's why I need to come by, take a look at your home, ask some questions, take some notes so I could potentially bring you that offer. Now, I want you to keep this in your back pocket. In other words, I want you to use it when you have to use it, but don't use it every time. If they're still resisting you, why are they resisting you? Because they're getting lots of phone calls from real estate agents. They're even getting calls from real estate agents who are using the same scripts you are. Got that? Now, Joanne, what I'm hearing is you don't want to list your home. Like, hell no, I don't want to list my home. That's awesome. I don't want to list your home either. I want to sell your home. See, the difference between me and all those other agents that are calling you is they really do want to get a listing. I just want to sell your home. Now let's stop for a moment and check on the integrity of that. Okay. Am I lying to them? No. John, you're really going to get a listing. Not necessarily. I want to sell their home. How much money do you guys make for taking seller listings? Say nothing. Nothing. You don't make a dime until the property sells. And if every single one of you had a buyer that was going to make an offer on that property and you could sell the home without listing it, or you could take the listing, which would you choose? I would rather bring you a buyer and sell your home than list your home. I actually make more money that way. You see, when you hire me, listen to the embedded commands, everybody. Watch the recording. If you counted the embedded commands so far, there's probably about a dozen of them in here. You see, when you hire me, I'm going to spend money on marketing your property. I have carrying costs. It's going to take time, effort, and money. And I actually net more money if I just bring you a buyer. Now, here's my promise to you, Joanne. This is in my back pocket. Guys, I'm not using it until I have to. I'm never going to ask you to list your house. Never. It's a promise. Now, when I get to the follow up, I'm going to come back to that statement. All right. Now, you've got the appointment. The purpose of the appointment is to build a foundation to follow up from and look for opportunity. There's three questions that you need to answer. Those three questions the seller is asking as soon as they open the door and you're standing right there. It's your Kodak moment, by the way. You have 10 seconds to make a great first impression. The three questions that they're asking are, do you care about me? Can I trust you? And can you help me? And you're going to convey the answers to those three questions in how you tour their home, the questions that you ask, the things that you say. So you walk in the front door. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today, Karen. You have a beautiful home, and I am super excited to help you, dot, 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 sell your home. Listen to the embedded commands, everybody. All right. You have a beautiful home, Karen. I'm super excited to be here and looking forward to helping you sell your home. Now, what I'd love for you to do is, if you would please take me on a tour of your home. Before I take a step further, would you like me to take my shoes off? Now, Karen, as we tour the home, I'm going to take lots of notes and I'm going to ask questions because this is the information I'm going to use to finish the sentence for me. This is the information I'm going to use to sell your home.
So yeah,
Sell your home. That's it. There you go. Now, as you're touring their home, ask questions that a buyer would ask, right? So, how long have you lived in your home? What kind of improvements have you made to your home in the last 3 years? What do you like most about your home? How old is the roof? How old's the AC system? If it's an older house and it's got outdated electric, have you updated to the electricity? When did you do that? The windows look brand new. When did you replace the windows? If you're in Florida, are they hurricane impact windows? Go outside. Don't take any shortcuts. Go out back. If they have a pool, what kind of pool is it? Did they put it in? Was it there when they bought it? If they're on the water and it's intercoastal, for example, do they have access to the ocean? Or are there any fixed bridges they have to go under? Look at the boats that are on the waterway. If you see a lot of small boats, there's probably limited access to the ocean. Or if you're in Florida on the West Coast, like I am, the Gulf of Mexico. So you're asking lots of questions, you're taking lots of notes. Now you're at the front door. Okay. The front door exit conversation is super important. Before I leave, is it okay if I ask a couple questions, Bob? Bob says, yes. Okay, so first question, in my experience, when someone is selling their home by owner like you, they typically have a game plan for how long they're going to sell by owner before they hire a professional like me. Is it okay if I ask you what your game plan is? All right, let's backtrack to the conversation where I'm never going to ask you to list your home. If that's the conversation I had, I'm not asking that question. All right, guys, you have to run the right play. This would be the wrong play with that particular homeowner. But if we didn't have that conversation, which we rarely are, then just curious, what's your game plan? How long before you consider hiring a professional like me? I'm going to slow down for a moment. This is an important question. I've asked this question thousands of times. I've also had lots of homeowners respond back to me Monday. If it doesn't sell over the weekend, we're going to start interviewing agents on Monday. Now, do you think they would offer that information to me without me asking? Of course they wouldn't. But by asking, now I know they're gonna start interviewing real estate agents on Monday. That's awesome. I'd love to interview for the opportunity to be your agent. I can come over Monday afternoon, or would Tuesday be better for you? Now, if they tell me 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, whatever it is, that's just telling me what my game plan is here as far as follow up is concerned. Okay, so one more question, Joanne. This is what Floyd Wickman would call dropping a bomb and walking away. Okay, Joanne, in my experience, homeowners that are selling by owner like you are selling by owner in order to save on the fee. Is that why you're selling by owner? What are they going to say, guys? Yes. So I get it, makes sense. And I know when I scheduled the appointment with you, you mentioned that if I were to bring you an offer, you would pay me 3% to represent the buyer if you accepted the offer, correct? Yes. So the difference between selling your home by owner and working with a professional like me is just 3%. It's not 6%, correct? Now, what you're hoping for there is, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Prior to you having that conversation with them, they were thinking that it was going to cost $30,000 to sell that $500,000 home, that they were going to pay $30,000 to you. If they hired you, it's only 15 because they're already spending $15,000. Now, all you've got to do is demonstrate that you can get at least $15,000 more for their home than they can in less time, and they're actually netting more money with you than if they were to sell the home by owner. All right, now you've had the appointment, and the key to success is systematic follow-up. The conversion ratio from a face-to-face appointment to a listing is 20%. 20% is the number that I've used for 20 plus years. It's the number that I got, meaning if I go on one appointment a day, 250 appointments a year, I'm going to take 50 seller listings. You guys got it? Now, I'm going to share my screen with you because thank you to Michael Weisman. I went into Chat GPT. Proud of me, Mike? And I said, Chat GPT, I would like for you to create 8 text messages that I can send out once a week to for sale by owners. I'm going to show you what I got. Cross your fingers, I do this right. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. All right, everybody see the screen? Somebody give me a yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's start with, give me a moment, guys. I don't want to make you go away, but I'm trying to move some pictures around so I could see you and I can see the screen. All right, so here's the message I typed in. Help me create 8 text messages to for sale by owners as a follow-up to a face-to-face appointment. Use content from John Dietz Coaching on YouTube. Simple enough. All right. Text message number 1. Hey, Bob, it's John. Great talking earlier. I just came across a recent sale in your area that aligns with your goals. Want me to send info your way? Why it works. Offers immediate value and reassurance that you are proactive. Text message number 2. Quick update. Market activity has picked up in your neighborhood since we spoke. Would you like an updated snapshot of what's selling and how fast? Why it works. Demonstrates awareness of local market and positions you as an informed partner. Text message number 3. Number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. All right, tips from Dietz Coaching to maximize your follow-ups. Timing is everything. Dial your messages in quickly within 24 to 48 hours. Dietz emphasizes following the energy from the appointment. Always add value, provide new insights, recent sales, staging ideas, market shifts every time you reach out. Lead with solutions. Be strategic, not spammy. Pretty cool stuff, right?
It's awesome.
How many of you would like that?
Yep. Send it.
If I could share this with you, would you want me to?
Yes.
Nobody says anything.
Yes.
Okay, there we
Yeah.
go. All right, give me 1 second. Let's see if I could do this while we're talking. All right, there we go. Update link, copy in. Okay, stop share. Go to the chat.
We are watching
All right.
evolution. Evolution is happening right now.
Yeah, yeah. For anybody that's known me for a long time, tech has not been my thing. So for me to be able to do this says one thing. Write it down. If John can do it, anybody could do it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Mike Wiseman's a great coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mike gets all the credit on this. He gets all the credit on this. I'll give you another tech tip. So Michael's been after me. He's the one that got me to go out and buy a new computer and get rid of my laptop and buy a MacBook Pro. So everybody knows, Michael, exactly what computer did I go out and get because he was very specific about this. You're on mute. I want you to take
You're
a
asking me what computer you went and got? What computer?
Yeah.
A MacBook Pro. I mean, I don't know which. You either got the 14-inch or the 16-inch, whichever one. Yeah, they got whatever I sent you.
Okay. So
Yeah.
number 1, did that. Number 2, downloaded granola.ai.
Yeah, I
It's
saw that.
incredible. Is Olga here? Olga, take yourself off mute.
Yes, good morning.
So we had a coaching call yesterday afternoon.
Yep.
Notes from the coaching call. Pretty cool stuff, right?
Yeah, it came in like 2 minutes after the call, and I was like, what did you use? Immediately, because I was just shocked how detailed it was. And it came in, as soon as I hang up, and I went to check my email, and there it was.
Yeah, Olga reached out to me and said, I didn't realize I talked that much. But it was great stuff. All right, so you're following up in order to create emotional proximity. Now, here's what you're looking for, everybody. You're looking for frustration. As soon as you see frustration, as soon as you hear frustration, it's time to go from being a farmer to being a hunter. You're going to work like a farmer and think like a hunter. As soon as you sense frustration, boom, you're a hunter. And the question is,
Look, I got put for this.
I could show
I
you.
check it out. See, they give it to me.
There we go. If I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that? All right, here's another way. If you sense frustration, Elizabeth, if I'm being too aggressive, please forgive me. However, if you were to hire a professional like me, you would want to hire an aggressive agent, wouldn't you? And it sounds like it might be time to hire a professional like me. If I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that? Yes. Now you got a list appointment. All right, guys, take yourself off mute. Talk to me. What did you hear?
This is Sean. What I heard was that words matter. Gotta go in there with the what is it? The sublime, like when you say you would hire me. I forgot what that's called.
Embedded command.
Embedded commands. Got to go in with embedded commands. Loaded with embedded commands.
That's right. That's right. It's neuro-linguistic programming, guys. All right. Matthew Kemps, talk to me.
I was actually shocked by the conversion rate on listing appointments. I really think it's higher than that.
Yeah, honestly, 20% over time. Now, that's not a conversion ratio from a listing appointment to a listing taken. That's not. That number for me was 95% of the time. This is
There we go.
viewing a for sale by owner or an expired to getting the listing, Matt.
Got it. That's where I missed it. Okay, because I was going to say our list appointments based off everything we do with 10, whatever we want to call it, is like 94% right now.
Oh yeah, the 14-point listing presentation,
Okay.
same one that I used for 15 years. I was getting 90% of the listings that I went on.
Okay.
Okay, Janet Sweeney and Jacqueline, you're on deck.
What I heard was it's all in the follow-up.
There you go.
It's all in the follow-up.
I love that, Janet, and thank you so much for jumping in here and participating.
You're welcome.
Yeah, please continue to do that. Success is in the follow-up. So simple. And it's persistent follow-up, Janet. And it's persistent follow-up without exception. The most important words in the sentence that I just shared with you is without exception. Okay. It is persistent follow-up without exception. It's no, no, no. I'm never going to list my home with you. You don't need to call me anymore. Stop calling and come over and list my house. Got me?
Got it.
Ashley, you're up.
Can you hear me? Yeah. So as I look at all these different scripts on my desk, and I'm so overwhelmed by all the words that are on the page, and how am I ever going to get any of these scripts down. What I really took out of today was there's so much of the core of each of them that know me, like me, trust me, can you help me? That's in every single one. The taking your shoes off. So I mean, there's core pieces to all these different scripts, and just learning the different ones, paragraphs to each scenario took a lot of the overwhelmness that I felt away from all these words to feeling a little more doable for me.
That's right. That's right. And it's time on task over time equals mastery, everybody. That's it. It's just going from unconscious incompetence, which means I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know that I don't know what I'm doing, to conscious incompetence, which is, okay, I got to figure out how to do this, to conscious incompetence, sorry, to conscious competence where you start to get it, to unconscious competence where you just own it. You can't get it wrong. Okay, Michael Trelongo, Matthew Drexel, you're on deck, and then Russell. Let's go.
Yeah, so I was kind of going where you were going, John, and ultimately, once these become conversational, they are incredibly powerful, and fake it till you make it. Go out there, and I'm telling you, if you go out there, I heard this from a coach, who's a bold coach back in the day. Go out and throw up on 100 people. One person is going to give you a listing. And you're going to suck until you're great. Mastery is 10,000 hours. I'm only at 5,000. At 200, you're going to be crushing listings because they don't know the scripts. So
Right.
Deliver it with confidence, make them feel confident, and you believe in what you're saying. They don't need to believe you. They need to believe that you believe it.
That's it.
Just go out there and do it.
Here you go. Good job, Michael. Okay, Matthew, let's go. Russell, you're on deck.
Hey, good morning, everybody. So I just wanted to say I'm a big fan of the for sale by owner script and process. I don't have a ton of them in my area, but I do try to hit them pretty regularly. And the script works. Okay, I don't know, I don't track the numbers, but I'm probably 80% or more for setting the appointment. And then when I get into the house, almost every single time, the thing I hear is I get a lot of calls from realtors, right? And then my first thought is, and I'm the only one here in the house, right? So they're getting all these calls, but I'm the only one getting into the house. Okay. And then I just want to pass on, and I got this from Mike Wiseman, and it's really great how it works. What I do when I'm there is I'll bring up their house on Zillow. And I'll say, you know why you're getting all these calls from all these agents? And I say, here's your listing. And I show them on my phone. And you see this big blue button here? Well, this says call agent. They're not going to call you. They're getting an agent. Then I explain to them that process of how they're paying for the lead, and they don't want to sell your house. They want to list your house. And you see them kind of like drop their shoulders and like, oh, damn. Okay. And then there's your pain point.
Love it. Matthew, you're doing so awesome, buddy. Keep up the great work. All right, Russell, take us out, buddy.
All right. Hey, with your tick marks behind you on your whiteboard, from one step to the next step, I have a guy who's ghosted me now since Memorial Day. I showed him a listing, and it's just going to black hole. And I'm trying to give him value in either an email, a text, or a script, but not give away the house. I want him to call me back. And any quick tip?
So, two. First of all, the longest follow-up that I had from an expired appointment to a listing was 3 years and 85 touches. And for a year and a half, it was nothing but voicemail.
Okay.
So just keep following up, right? If you start listening to this, you're going to start having limiting beliefs. They don't want to work with me. They're never going to call me back. They probably already hired somebody else. It's all noise. Get rid of it. Follow up, regardless. Second, I think Chris Voss's book, Never Split the Difference, has a lot of really good suggestions when it comes to this type of conversation, right? So I'll give you one quick example, right? Have you given up on your goal? ... One of the things that I used to say when I was following up with people, it's kind of funny, but it works, is, hey, this is John Dietz following up as promised. It's been a while. Matter of fact, I think it's been maybe a month since the last time we spoke, and I've left several messages for you. If you want me to stop calling you, give me a call. Otherwise, I'm going to keep calling.
Bingo. Maintain high status in your communication as well. Right? It sounds like your goals may have changed. Please, give me a call. Let me know if something's changed. Yeah. I'm not here to bother you. I'm here to help you find the house. Right. That's why we got together in the first place.
That's right.
High status.
Are you mad at me? ...
Yeah.
Bob, let's go. Last up. We got to jump, guys.
Yep, the persistence does pay. I was calling a guy. We had a great meeting, a really nice home, high price point. He's going to have another home built, and he just stopped answering my calls. He wouldn't respond to text or anything. I called him again, and he answered. He said, "Hey, I'm sorry I haven't responded. I really appreciate your persistence. I'm waiting to see what happens with what's going on in the economy, and I'll get back to you." So it pays off. You never know what they're up to.
That's right. Yeah, don't think so much.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone and make the call. Yeah, Aravind, I agree with Joe Grant. That is limiting belief. They have a problem, you have the solution. You guys hear that? They have a problem, you have the solution. You are not bothering them, even if they get annoyed with you. So what? They have a problem, you have a solution. Now, you also have a responsibility to share that solution with you. It is malpractice to not follow up with them and provide solutions when you know they have a problem. I don't know if I used malpractice right there, but I think I did. All right. That's a wrap. Make it a great day, everybody.
Hey, John, one more question, because I know you can find these things. Percentage of the percentage of for sale by owners who actually succeeded in selling their home last year, because that is very relevant for the conversation.
In a hot market, it's higher, but in most markets, it's about 25%.
Is it that high? Because I'm thinking it's 90 and 5% of them wind up selling it to friends or family members.
Yeah. No, overall,
about 5% really succeed.
Yeah, overall, and that means pretty much all markets, it's about 25% will sell successfully by owner, 75% will end up hiring a real estate agent before they sell.
Got it.
Interesting is if you ask the 25% who sold by owner, would you do it again? They'd say no, I would.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Make it a great day, everybody.
Thank you, John. Good
Yeah,
day.
Tom.
John.
Thanks, John. Good day, everyone.
Pleasure.